All right. Well, we are live and we're ready to start. Now, the first things we'll be going over in this course, and if you guys want, you guys during the end of Q&As can ask more questions and we can go over more stuff. Now, the first part we'll be going over is the energy body anatomy, just so you can get a basic understanding of how the energy body works, what it looks like, and what layers it's made up of, and how that all works. And the second will be how blockages affect your energy.
Oh, we lost it.
And the next section will be how the energy body relates directly to psychic work, developing the energy body through energy work, grounding and centering your energy, making constructs and shields, including how to control empathic abilities and psychic senses. And those will be the basics I will cover during the class. If you guys have any other things you want to cover in the class, just let me know and we'll see if we can cover it. And just tell me at the end of the Q&As, please, if you want to have anything else covered. Sound good?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, to those of you that are starting out, who is a psychic really in today's world? To be honest, everyone is psychic to some degree. You just lost your abilities when you were younger. And the reason for that was, like when you were younger, you were brought into this world and your chakras were not developed all the way yet, so you had an abundance of source energy traveling through your body, so having no blocks and being able to see everything. However, what happens as you get older, your chakras begin to develop, and what will happen is karma comes into play from past lives and begins to block your abilities. Now, if karma doesn't block the abilities from your past lives, the Western society and telling you like different things like certain things don't exist, don't pay attention to your feelings, and emotional blocks will begin to shut down your abilities as time goes along. And as you're older now, your abilities can begin to reactivate as you work through your emotional blocks and also do energy work. Now, who are some different people that can be psychic in today's society? There is a person, I know her. Her name's Martha. She's a lawyer, and she's psychic because she can sense and read people. And it's simple that you can just enter her office, and within seconds she will know whether you're guilty or not, or you're going to pay for her services or not. It's a very useful ability for her because she's highly intuitive and she knows which cases she should pick and which ones she should drop. Because and those ones that are going to be guilty as well, because those that are guilty are just bad for business for her, and that in mind. Her ability is just as simply defined as knowing things. While this next person, whose name's Tom, he can see spirits literally. Now I know Coda mentioned earlier before we started that he could see spirits when he was little. And he can talk to them and tell them to finish their earthly business and move on to the light. This type of psychic is one you would definitely classify as a medium, and you definitely see more on TV and shows. Now, as another person, her name's Gienna. She's an energy healer, and she uses her intuition and energy work abilities to heal people on the etherical, emotional, and mental level. Therefore, she's able to help heal physical illness as well. And I remember Susan over here, or Sue, sorry. She is attuned in Reiki, and she does a lot of that work, so she should know a lot of what I'm talking about there.
Yes.
And another person, his name's Nathan. He's able to perceive chakras and energy bodies through clairvoyant vision, so he can see a lot of the energy throughout a person's body. And he's continuing on developing his abilities. And I'll tell you guys right now that everyone has psychic abilities, whether it's through karma or through emotional blocks, but everyone has them and can access them. Now, there's some people that were born and always had these abilities. These are what we call natural born psychics. These guys are more the ones who had just enough to where they had not enough karma to block their abilities entirely, and Western society did not scar them enough to where they lost all their abilities. So therein lies where you have a lot of like mediums, tarot readers, and even those who can see auras when they're even older, and many of the other types of psychics. Now, keep in mind that why there are so many different kinds of types of psychics in the world is because a lot of people have certain gifts and talents like many normal people have in today's world. Like some are better at sports and being able to be very athletic in some things and have a high endurance, while some others are very strong and able to move things quickly or very fast. It really depends on your gifts. Now, anyone with training can develop their abilities as they go along, and that's a certain ability. So it's really just on where your talents lie, on how fast you'll develop that ability. Anyone can learn it, it's just how much are you willing to put forth for the effort. Now there's a common misconception that every psychic gift is the same. Every medium is a psychic, and not every psychic is a medium. And some people think that every psychic will see spirits or communicate with those who have passed away. Well, that's not really true. Like, some people really can't see spirits, and they have real difficulty with that. On the other hand, they can do many other things. They can use a pendulum and use it to find people. So there are many, many different abilities. Now, on the word of skeptics, that they're always trying to prove psychics are faking things, skeptics usually think if two psychics don't get the same results, that means both of them are faking things. Honestly, that's really a proof of ignorance of the skeptics in question, not the legitimacy of the psychics themselves. And I've never really met a psychic who has never been able to see the same things. Maybe to a degree, but not too much. Like, the reason why for this is reality is very complex, and two psychics can perceive the same thing differently. And because they are using their inner psychic senses, and their perception is translated through filters, and that perception filters are beliefs, knowledge, and experiences. And I'll get into that later with the aura and stuff and how that relates. Now, onto the energy anatomy of this part of the class, just to let for you guys. And I'm actually going to share a few things here. Alright. Now this is a basic drawing I did. It's a little outdated, and I'm hoping to fix it sometime soon. Alright. Here is a basic picture of the anatomy of the energy body. And with this picture, you can see there's 3 aura layers currently. There's many more, actually. There's actually 7 of them. So this is a little outdated, and I created this a while ago. Now, as you can see here, these blue pathways are meridians. And for this class, I will just call them energy pathways, just so I don't get people confused. The Eastern term for that is meridians. And these meridians act as channels for energy to flow along the body. And these are just very basic channels of how energy flows along the body. And these yellow points here, here, and here are all secondary energy centers where energy runs into that point and generates a certain amount of energy and has their own little vortexes, like the chakras themselves. Chakras are more important than these, but they all have their specific functions. And at every joint, just so you know, there is an energy center along those. Now, as you can see here, there is a primary channel and a primary meridian which all of the chakras run through. And it's through that primary energy that all of your chakras and energy work together. And first here, you've got your root, you've got your sacral, you've got your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown. Now, on what each of these does for certain people, I'll show you guys here. All right, the root chakra is at the base of the spine, and it's usually located between your anus and your genitals. And the significance of this really is just instincts, survival, and functions. And it can be you're fearful, nervous, demotivated, is if it's inactive or underactive. Can you guys all, oh, I should probably share that. Sorry, guys. Should probably share that so you can actually see it. All right. And if it's overactive, you're materialistic, greedy, obsessed with being secure and resisting change. And that's what the root chakra is in essence. And the sacral chakra is more with sensual and sexual functions and creativity. This is closed to enjoying the sensual and sexual joys, and creativity is diminished if it's underactive. And the tendency to be emotional and clingy and multiple sex partners. Now, I'm actually going to get a little bit more into what happens when they're actually balanced here. All right. For these first two chakras, I'm going to go over just for the first ones because they are very important and they serve as our basic and our root needs of our species. All right. When this chakra is in harmony for the root, you feel that you're part of Mother Nature, you feel grounded and feel safe in the world, you feel that you have everything you need, and you trust that the world will provide you with everything you need if it's in harmony. Now, for the second chakra, if this one is in harmony, it shows work in your behavior. You're open and natural towards other people and the opposite gender. You don't play games, you're just yourself, and your life is full of positive emotions that make you enjoy the beauty of the world around you each and every day. You're creative and you enjoy the art of creation. And some things about the root chakra, going back to it, is the root chakra is where the earth's energy flow and connect to you. It's like the root of a tree. And this chakra is the basic instincts to eat, cultivate, survive. It's materialistic and a physical chakra. And normally most people say it's red. That's kind of not true in a way because with everyone's vision, it's filtered through your perception. So every color will mean something to a different psychic. So whether some people see red, orange, red, or color, that in a sense doesn't really matter too much because everyone's perceptions are different about every color. To some people, red might be a very passionate color. To others, it might be a very bloody and horrible color. And it also depends on the shade as well. All right. All right. With the sacral chakra, some other things with it is it's often associated with sexuality, but it's not only in sexual meaning. This is also regarding the manipulation of spiritual knowledge or even physical goods that serve mankind, if it's in harmony. The second chakra is the source of primal emotions, creativity, life force, sexuality, and yin-yang energies, universal energies of creation. Without this chakra, we would not have the kind of the energy or the drive to go out there and reproduce and keep our species going. Now, one of the things, if it's in disharmony for the sacral, is you may experience lack of physical contact, which might generate more emotional pain. You may want to negate your sexuality or block entirely your creativity. And at the same time, you may be able to have any creative thinking at all. And at the other end of the stuff, you might be having way too many sexual fantasies. And when this chakra is blocked, it's your creativity and sexuality is blocked and you lack physical contact. This results in being afraid of physical contact, touch, sex, or just the opposite gender. You might lack self-confidence and emotional stagnation. Finally, you really don't enjoy life if that one's blocked. Now, the solar plexus. This one's a really interesting one. This one is right around in your stomach area, and as you can see, it's right at the meeting point of the ribs, a few inches below the navel, kind of right where the stomach is, kind of just really around there. And that's where a lot of your energy will sit, right in that chakra. And now there are some storage centers I will get into later as I go along, but this one, when this one's in harmony, you're at peace, you're relaxed, you're harmonized, you feel happy because of your life, your job, your family, you accept who you are, you're capable of accepting others as they are, you're kind towards others, you have strength and energy to achieve your goals and show kindness towards others. You project positive energies, and this protects you against negative vibrations and negative energies. This chakra is very powerful in the law of attraction and can be a very powerful tool for you. And I realize that that there's very few lines in here, but this is just to give me some cues to tell you guys about each of the chakras. Alright, a few things with it's in disharmony. You like to control everything. You always have the last word. You like to gain power, and at the same time, you really know you're not at peace, and your thoughts and goals are chaotic, and you might lack self-confidence, and it's hard for you to sit down and relax. You might have too many goals, too many dreams, which you're unable to achieve really because instead of searching for peace, you're trying to achieve peace by achieving your goals. But just to let you know that when you seek peace, the universe will provide you with the answers and the proper goals you're able to achieve. When this chakra is blocked, you feel sad, depressed, you're closed off, you're hiding your emotions because you don't want to show them to the world. You're afraid that people will stop respecting you if you will open yourself. This blocks your energies and your true power of life. In result, you might get stomach problems, and you might be afraid of all the new problems that might be. You're afraid of new experiences. And I'd like to let you guys know something. Chakras 1 through 3 are physical chakras. They're related to our physical existence in one way or another. And the 4th chakra is the center of our chakra system. It relates to both physical and spiritual. Chakras 5 through 7 are spiritual chakras, and they're related to very abstract things like emotions, God, beliefs, and etc. Now, one of the things, if it's overactive, as you can see here, you're a control freak. You're over-controlling, aggressive, and you always have to be in control. And some things about the solar plexus here. This chakra can translate our basic need of material gained into something more spiritual, so we can, for example, become rich, but at the same time be happy and good towards others and spiritually developed. Or another example, this chakra can change your basic sex instinct into something more, so your sex is not just a physical need, but it's a way of also showing love to your partner and manifesting the power of universal creation forces. This chakra can help you define others. For example, through this chakra you will sense if another person is positive or negative, and through this chakra we emit either light or darkness. this light or darkness is our perception of the world, and we can either look on the bright side of life or the dark side. So others can sense you, and you can sense others. If your chakra is open and harmonious, when it will encounter negative entities, it will automatically defend itself by closing, and that is a defense mechanism. You will feel scared and threatened. But if you encounter someone who is projecting light and positive emotions, you will feel warm, pleasant, and safe. Now, if you guys want, you can share some experiences where you didn't quite feel safe around someone, or someone that just really made you feel really scared because there was just something about them that really was off. Have you guys had any experiences like that?
Oh.
If anyone would like to share, please go ahead.
I was walking in this airport once, and this man looked like to be a powerful man, and I could just feel the waves of anger and hate and evilness just like blow me back. And I did a wide circle around him. I don't get that very often. In fact, that was the strongest I have ever felt evilness. But that was one instant.
I guess I'll share one. I knew this guy. I was at the lake and I saw him, and there was just so much hate filled in him. And a few days later, we figured out that I know this is really personal, but he murdered one of my friends that I knew from school. That's just a really extreme version of it. I hadn't talked to him for a few years, so I hadn't, but, you know. Those are one of the instances, but I felt like a pain in my heart, so I knew that it was something that was close to me. And it's still really raw. But that's one of the extreme, I guess, experiences of it. But, yeah.
I don't know if it's inappropriate after such an intense story, but I tried once sitting in a bus where this guy was looking at me, and it was really, really uncomfortable. And meanwhile, he was touching himself. So it was more like you could feel this very, very uncomfortable and very like he was invading my space. I didn't feel safe at all. Luckily, I didn't stay on the bus for that long, but it wasn't that pleasant. Nothing intense, but it wasn't pleasant.
Anybody else? Oh, we lost him.
Hey guys, real quick, I'm trying to load this up on my phone, so maybe I can talk in just a second to everyone. Somebody has a bird?
Yeah.
I heard him. My dogs were barking earlier when he was talking, and I was like, oh no, I gotta get him inside.
I heard that too.
I have a Shih Tzu and a Chihuahua.
Oh, that's adorable. I have a cockatiel, and He's being noisy. If you want us, I'll show you him.
My dad used to have a cocktail, and every time we'd walk outside, he would say, "Pretty bird," and we had a pool, and every time we got on the diving board, he'd go.
No. See, my boy, he makes guinea pig noises. I don't know if you can see him.
Oh.
He's so cute. I don't know. He wants to go to sleep. But my lights are on. Yeah, I'm sorry, bud.
I don't know why some of you guys can hear me and others can't. That's weird.
Where did Michael even go?
I think he crashed.
Uh-oh. Was he?
Susan, are you the one I was talking with earlier today on the page about the bandanas and the bananas? Are you the same Susan?
I don't think so. What was that about? Not today.
It was a information I had gotten from Spirit, and I had put it out a few days ago, and a girl.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
We lost.
Is someone sabotaging this or what?
Psychic interference. Oh my gosh. This is not going well so far. Between the hearing and everybody's leaving by accident.
Wow.
Do you guys have me now?
Yeah, you're back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember reading about the
I was wondering if you
bandana.
Susan that was on there, but apparently not. It was a different Susan.
Can you guys hear Carla?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I
still
can.
can't.
I'm trying to, if you let him know, I'm trying to load this on my
Yeah, I can't hear.
Mhm.
do it.
It's a bit vague, but it's there.
I'm not sure what to do. Do you guys see me now? Because
No,
blacked out.
I don't
I'm
think you.
I'm going to sign out, and I'm going to come back in just a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, do any of you have any special talents as far as being psychic or intuitive?
Well, my dad is psychic. He can read people. I don't know. We both have OCD, so it's easy to visualize a lot of things, and sometimes it makes things happen. But that's just my dad. I can see orbs a lot, like if I'm just sitting around. It's really annoying if you're trying to like read or look at something across the room. I don't know. There's a lot of different things, but yeah. Anybody else?
Carla?
I can, growing up as a child, I was very intuitive and could see auras, and I suppressed it over the years. But I have recently, my father passed in January, and